said, "Oh my God, I love that." And she picked it up and
My
handed it
friend
right
just
over.
texted me, you have to find me something. You
Yeah.
have to find me something. I'm like, yeah.
You're okay. Alright, so let's talk about the decision to make Elena a what is it?
Well, it happened in the books very early on, and even though we take lots of liberal license with the books, we definitely like the foundation that story laid out, and so we knew it was an inevitability. We joked early that it would probably be a season 5 or season 6 because it's the kind of thing that can really just as easily kill your show as it can change your show for the better. So in the first season, it was just a joke that we knew we'd get there one day, and then in the second season, we realized that the ideal end of the journey in the second season, given that Klaus was coming in needed her to sacrifice herself, and we wanted to see all the way through, that the ideal way to get out of that would be to have her have vampire blood in her system, and so you break the curse, and also, but she lives to tell the tale. And then it just felt too soon. It didn't feel right. It felt like she hadn't grown up enough. She hadn't had enough human experiences, so season 3 we set out knowing that our likely end goal was that. We set out making sure that the season was as much about Elena coming into her own as, from adolescence to adulthood, and understanding the girl that she used to be, the girl that she would become, where she stood in her own life, and in the eyes of, what her parents would have expected from her and all those things. And we worked very hard to make sure that we laid all that in so that we earned this move at the end of the season, which was, okay, now that she knows who she is and who she wants, well, now everything changes. So, we'll see when it airs. We could all be just hideously wrong, but I will say that as writers in the room, we feel so rejuvenated and excited by all the new character opportunities for her, the depth to be able to take Elena from, Elena, who's, pretty strong heroine, but she's got one road that she's been down, and to really just shake that up and shake her up. So it feels good for us. I hope that it plays well.
One of the things.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Sure. One of the things that we've always, when anyone's talked about the Vampire Diaries or written about it, one of the things that comes up a lot is the really fast pace of the plot on the Vampire Diaries. What do you do? What's the process for keeping that going at such a rapid pace and making sure the stories are actually told, but then move along so quick?
Well, we have. It's funny the structure of that, or the outcome of that, really accidentally formed as a result of the act break structure, which, act break is when you go to commercials. So on most networks now, certainly ABC does it and CW does it, there's a grand total of 6 breaks. So you're basically every 6.5 minutes going to commercial and wanting your audience to make sure they come back. And the general rule of television storytelling, especially when you're telling genre stuff, is you slam them out and yank them back in. And so at first it was just, well, we can't have crappy act outs. And that early in the series just set the tone for, well, that was good. Ooh, that was really good. Escalating everything, every act, created this roller coaster, wham bam, thank you ma'am kind of storytelling. We certainly didn't set out to do it that way, but the instant we recognized it, we realized, that is what we should be doing here. Every scene matters, I watch a lot of TV, I'm a huge fan of television, and you can always tell the ones